Hello and welcome to This Week, a weekly entertainment news video. My name is Tony of the Underpaid Gamers, and this week begins on December 4th. I'm recording this episode a day early because I gotta help my friend and colleague, Justin, move tomorrow, so I probably missed some things. They'll either show up in next week's episode or I'll completely forget. Who knows? Ryan Reynolds has signed up to be the voice of Detective Pikachu in the upcoming film, Detective Pikachu. The live-action film will star a Sherlock Holmes-esque Pikachu partnering with his human friend Tim and investigative journalist Lucy as they search for Tim's kidnapped father. Produced by Legendary Entertainment, Rob Letterman will be directing. Toho will distribute the film in Japan, while Universal Pictures will distribute globally. Mark Wahlberg, Hugh Jackman, and The Rock were all considered for the role of Detective Pikachu. Developer Bungie has released the first DLC for Destiny 2, Curse of Osiris. In the process, they have locked multiple existing features of the vanilla game behind a paywall. No longer are players allowed to participate in Trials of the Nine or prestige modes of the Nightfall or the Raid without first purchasing the DLC. This, in effect, blocks the player from acquiring the Platinum Trophy for the game if they haven't done so already. You can purchase the Curse of Osiris DLC for $20. After receiving positive feedback for Assassin's Creed Origins, Ubisoft has delayed multiple games to give developers more time to polish the overall product. Far Cry 5 will be delayed exactly 1 month to March 27. The Crew 2 now has a release window of April to September of 2018. If you decided not to purchase EA-produced Star Wars Battlefront 2 to send a message, the message has been read loud and clear. The NPD group shows that Battlefront 2 has had horrible sales in its first month of release. Selling just under 900,000 copies, Battlefront 2 has sold only 20% of Call of Duty World War II, its main competitor. In the month, Call of Duty has sold 4.4 million units. For comparison's sake, 2015's Star Wars Battlefront sold 12 million units in its first 2 months, 12 times that of Battlefront 2, while 2015's Call of Duty Black Ops 3 sold 17 million units in its first 2 months. While Battlefront has never outsold Call of Duty, in 2015 it sold 71% of what Call of Duty had, a much higher number than the 20% that is being shown for this year. However, the year isn't over yet, and the release of Star Wars The Last Jedi will certainly increase sales for Battlefront 2. The Game Awards was aired on December 7th. Much like the Academy Awards, but for video games, it was a meeting place of developers and producers from around the world to celebrate the year in gaming and show what is to come. Nintendo took home a whopping 7 total awards, with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild being crowned Game of the Year. Overwatch was voted Best Esports Game 2 years running. New trailers abound as we got glimpses of Soul Calibur 6, Bayonetta 3 exclusive for the Nintendo Switch, and another look at Death Stranding. A release date was announced for upcoming couch co-op game A Way Out, with a special BOGO bonus. If you purchase a copy of A Way Out for the market price of $30, you can share a copy with a friend, as the game is cooperative play only. A Way Out will be available March 23rd. Fortnite and PUBG announced a new mode, 50v50, and a new map, Miramar, respectively. PUBG will finally come out of beta on December 20th, 2017. In a totally baller move, Nintendo announced and released the new DLC for Breath of the Wild, Champion's Ballad, in the same presentation. The 4th annual PlayStation Experience was held on December 9th. Foregoing their normal blockbuster press conference to detail game trailers and announcements for the coming year, the first night of the event was more of a laid-back affair. Sony has previously shown new game footage recently at Paris Games Week, and even earlier this week at the Game Awards. Instead, Sony went on to release a plethora of new trailers, 7 of which are titles for the PlayStation VR. Sean Layden, president and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment America, states that by this time next year, players should finally be able to change their name on PlayStation Network if they so desire. That's it for this episode of This Week. Tune in next week for a healthy dose of entertainment news. You can reach us at upgamerspodcast on Twitter or email us at underpaidgamerspodcast@gmail.com. Leave us a comment and a thumbs up if you're so inclined. I'll be back next week for more news. Peace.